First of all, it is so hot outside. I'm like in a constant state of sweat. Just TMI, but whatevs. I really want to talk about self-empowerment. I want to talk about what motivates you, what does your current reality in this present moment look like, and how can you start finding that self-empowerment from within. Really going into the concept of you have everything inside of you. So what are you allowing and what are you not allowing? Where are you blocking yourself and where are you being blocked? And really just bringing awareness to that. So the other things are awareness is everything, and being conscious, being consciously aware, are going to be your new tools that you can use to really dive in and to see where these areas are in your life and where they need to be changed. And it will be very clear how that happens. So, first of all, I just want to talk a little bit about, I guess, age, and yeah, there's a lot to say, but basically, physically, yes, we get older, we age, it's a fact. But I also believe that you're in control of how you age. So, yes, your physical body is limited in that sense, it is confined to space and time. But your soul, your essence, your energy, that doesn't age. That has nothing to do with the physical factor. So, when you really look at this, it's like, what is age? What is getting older, and going into like that childhood innocence, that pure creative in the moment, in flow. They get hurt, they get up, they let it go. They don't get stuck on any thoughts, any emotions. There's so much to learn just from observing children itself. And that's the type of energy as adults we lose. And that's the type of energy we need to start discovering again in ourselves. How to be in the moment, how to consciously be aware of those thoughts that are limiting you, those emotions that you're getting stuck in, whether that is, it can be so many things, holding a grudge or anger, just anything that's low vibrational. It's like, stop. That's an illusion. You are in control. You're making yourself feel this way. So getting out of that victimhood consciousness and allowing yourself to be like, no, I'm actually in control of how I feel. So I just kind of wanted to share things that I do. So in the morning when I get up, immediately I like have a smile on my face. It's just my natural energy. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to start my day. And also, what is my intention? So immediately I start with an intention. It's like starting with a purpose, So yes, I'm a hairstylist. Yes, I have a job. Yes, I have responsibilities. Doesn't matter. It's like, what is my intention for today? I want to spread love. I want to live in love. I want to invite experiences that just like let love flow. Oh my God, there's literally two butterflies up there. Of course there is. And those are the type of experiences that I am always attracting because that is what I am radiating. So it's no longer like, I need this partner to fill my life. It's like, nope, I'm whole. I need this job to make myself feel successful and this amount of money. It's like, nope, I'm already whole. It doesn't matter about the external. Money literally does not buy happiness. Everyone knows this. Yes, it buys things to help you, and yes, it is a tool that can help get you to where you are meant to go, but getting stuck in that ego side of it, where money is power and greed and it really changes people, that's where it can be abused. So like anything, you need harmony and you need balance, and I think I want to make a video on that too. Like, those are other two things that need to be talked about. But anyways, I just want to talk about, when I wake up in the morning, like, I literally visualize my body as a house, and I see myself, my journey, connecting, coming here. I'm here right now, this present moment. This is what I see. What is my energy? What do I have to offer? I want to offer bringing the beauty to life. I want to offer bringing these loving experiences in. I want to like empower others. So in my job, it's like no longer just about doing hair to like make people look pretty. It's like, no, like, let's talk about how you feel. How is your hair going to reflect you? What do you want? Going a little bit more like inward, I would say. And then also like through conversations, it's kind of like having a little soul sesh, like really diving into your traumas, things that are limiting you, things that are holding you back, and just really listening to people without that judgment or that ego, and just zooming out in a sense and really being able to see the energy behind what they're saying, and like convey a sentence that they will understand, is really started shifting my job. And it's really allowed me to see my clients over this course of time just absolutely transform on so many levels. So yeah, I visualize myself as like having this home, and it's like I'm building it here on this planet with everyone else, houses beside me. They're building their own lives, no matter what that is. You know, you go into their home, it's always going to look different. So, what is the home I want to build? It's like, yes, on a physical level, I want to nourish my body. I want to have a job that makes me fulfilled, not for the physical aspect, but for the energetic aspect. I need a job where I can be social, where I can laugh, where I can be creative and use my hands, where I can connect with people. That's how I learn. That's how I grow. That's what I need to feel fulfilled. So there's no more living in the future about seeking anything outside of yourself. So when you really start going in and you really start seeing, okay, what is my energies? What are the qualities I'm wanting to invite in? You will just be able to really pinpoint what you're needing to work on. So, as far as a job goes, it's like less about the physical now and more about what does my energy need? What does my energetic body need? Mentally, you know, it is an industry where it can be a little gossipy, as everyone knows. And I don't allow that. I shut that down. That's low vibing. It's negative. It's like, nope, that is disempowering. Let's talk about things that are empowering, or why are you feeling that way? So it's almost become like, yes, a little bit more therapy, but also about really just changing the industry and changing, you know, the clients that I'm going to start attracting, because that's what I'm radiating. It's like, if you want a loving, beautiful experience, if you want to go in depth, have a little soul session, and also come out feeling yourself, you know, and getting to really like live in that creativity, then those are the people you start attracting. Like, your clientele really does always reflect, reflect. It does really reflect, you know, your own energy. Like, your clients just match you, you know, just like your friends. So yeah, that also brings up another good topic. Like, really just zooming out and like, oh, like really like start using this energy we're feeling right now to just analyze your life. So let's just go back to the house. So my body is my house. The energy I want inside of here that no one can take away from me is like peace, tranquility, balance, love, creative energy, laughing, just like that home environment. And that never changes regardless of a job that I'm going into, or a conversation, or a conflict, or what someone says to me. I'm always in my own lane, because that is what I'm creating consciously and my natural energy. So no one can take that away from me. So I'm not getting caught up in the external and what my eyes are perceiving, because I focus more on the internal, and that changes everything, because it's always a reflection of your external reality. So, you know, and then when you look at your friends, it's like, what kind of friends am I allowing in my life? What does my peer group look like? Are they negative? Are they fun? Do they bring me up? Am I growing with them? Do they hinder me? Can I not say certain things around them? And it's like, really start asking yourself, you know, and this also gets into the process of kind of allowing yourself to let go. And that comes in the form of anything physical as well, whether it is a job or a friend group, just anything that's not serving you anymore. It's like, okay, now is the time. And you feel it. It's like we're shifting our energy into a less, you know, plan 10 years in ahead, and more like, what am I feeling right now in this moment? What do I need? What does Zach need, right? So once you start asking yourself these questions, your world will just like naturally start to fall apart, and it's beautiful. But at the time, everyone has an ego. There's always those thoughts and emotions, and you get so caught up that it distracts from the actual lessons, the experience. Why is this happening in my life? So this will just really start giving you that internal dialogue to start approaching any experience from this point on, almost as if you have a bird's eye view. You're like zoomed out from this situation. You're not taking it personally anymore. You don't feel like your ego is being attacked. You're like, okay, I'm going through a breakup right now. Obviously, this was meant to be, you know, and then like learning to like cut those cords, detach from that person, going through that entire process, you know, and coming out on top of it, where you're like, I am whole. I am myself. I don't need that other person to complete me. I was being codependent. Now I'm not codependent, you know? And sometimes you need those experiences to really reflect back to you the concept of I am your mirror and you're my mirror. You bring these people in to show you these parts of yourself, and it's very obvious when things are not working or clicking. Things need to be addressed. So when you really start honoring your feelings and your emotions and the thoughts along with that, and you start using them as if it's like a superpower for you instead of it weighing you down and getting caught up on it, it's honestly, it changes everything. So like I said, back to the house, this is the home I want to create within me. What type of friends am I going to invite in my space? They're going to be people that are going to love me, that see me, that are going to help me grow, and vice versa. I want to do the same for other people. So when you zoom out and then you also see even just like the area that you're living in, you know, if you're living like, let's say somewhere that's super cold, you've always hated it, it's like, stop. Why do you keep living this way? Why don't you like ask yourself what would better suit me? Some people would like do much better going on a working visa and living in Australia for a year, or going and teaching English overseas somewhere. It's like, really start asking yourself, why am I limiting myself? What is it I actually want, and how can I get there? So really seeing the space in yourself, really seeing the friend groups and the people, the support that you have around you, because that's what you're allowing into you. It's almost like if you are around, you know, five people and that one person always just complaining, always the first thought is something negative. And it could be like, I don't know, it always gets flipped, you know, and it brings the vibe down. And you're like, it's the difference between like staying in that group of people and then you stepping into your power and you're like, nope, I'm not allowing that in my life. I don't want your energy around. I don't want your negativity around. It's low vibing. It's bringing me down. I feel it. I honor that. I respect you. I respect me. Therefore, detach. You're unattaching yourself not only to that energy, that cord, but you're also removing yourself from that energy. And actions speak louder than words, right? You are showing this world, you're showing yourself, I respect myself enough that I can confidently remove myself from that. And it's coming from a very mature place. It's not coming from a negative place whatsoever. Sometimes there can be a little bit of confusion when it comes to, I would say, like, when am I using my discernment and when am I using judgment, you know, but it comes back to your heart, you know, less thinking, more feeling. What am I feeling and what do I need? What am I allowing in my space and what do I need to get rid of? So just using this tool where you're like starting this internal dialogue, you're diving into yourself and asking yourself, why am I feeling this way? Will start changing everything. Waking up with that purpose and your energy, knowing yourself and where you stand and what you want to create and literally like give birth. Like, people forget, like, we are creators, right? You can literally create life. We create everything. This whole world is creation. So the same thing goes with like your own individual journey. What did your soul come here for? What do you want to learn about yourself? What path do you see for yourself? How can you start envisioning these dreams without, you know, projecting yourself into the future and really seeing yourself in this present moment where you are, respecting this process and the teachings that come along with it, where you're not getting caught up in the emotions or the thought patterns, you know, also letting yourself see, why do I have these habits? Why do I have this pattern? Why am I always negative right away? You know, why do I call myself fat? Like, where is this coming from? So once you start seeing it and you start becoming conscious of it, you're able to change it because you've acknowledged it. And once you've acknowledged it, there's no going back. It's there. So from that point on, it's a choice and you're consciously choosing to ignore it. Therefore, you're not going to grow. You're like aging your mind. You're aging your emotions. That is becoming old. It's like getting stuck in your own limitations from habits you've created that are now becoming you, patterns that you're just living out on autopilot because you're so unaware of your own energy, other people's energies, the space. You just see your life as waking up, go to a job, make money, eat food. It's just very like do 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 do. But when you start to build this like inward dialogue and everything has a deeper meaning, you really start connecting to this magic that is around us. And the poem that I wrote, that I posted earlier, like this is what it's all about. Like there is magic all around us, and it's literally this breath that keeps us grounded here. We are consciously choosing to be here, and we came here for a reason. So when you really start to discover your purpose and your own energy, you can really start looking at your life and see what needs to go and what needs to stay, and allowing that process of, the death and life rebirth cycle, that phoenix energy, to allow yourself to rebuild, which is great, building those strong foundations, but built from what resonates, built from what you know and what you feel now, because you're aware of what you actually want. It's not your ego, it's not your old ways, I've always been like this. You are consciously creating your own reality, and that's when the magic happens. So the other thing also with that poem is like really connecting to your water, connecting to that cleansing energy, letting your emotions out, allowing your thought patterns to express themselves, but not getting stuck on them, seeing them as like a car literally going by, just not getting caught up, because that's when your mind just runs rampant, and all of those things will literally just like take you out of alignment. And the whole point of this is like the more present you are, the more focused you are, the more aware you are, and the more consciously that you're creating, your entire life changes. Not getting stuck in the past, not getting stuck in the future about what you don't have, seeking that from without of you, remembering it's in here and you're creating it right now. And the process, visualize your life from 10 years ago, even a year ago, and like really view those changes and what happened from that point on. And you're going to see that you've grown and you are not that same person anymore. So really honoring the process, because what is life other than this process? It's never like you achieve it and you're like, boom, I'm here, I did what I needed to do. It's like always up and down, always these waves. But whether or not, you live in the past and those waves are literally up to here on you, because that trauma is so embedded in you, or that is the life you are shown and that is the life you think you deserve. And it's really about going into those aspects, those past selves, and healing them, really seeing what needs to be released, what is you, what is not you. And my own personal life, like, yes, I grew up with alcoholism, I grew up with physical abuse, but I also grew up with like love and beauty and siblings that were not related to me, but they are my blood in that sense. And all of us come from our own background. It was like this merging of so many souls coming together to really teach and express in their own ways, and like really supporting one another. And when you pull yourself out of that, it's amazing what can happen, and you realize like how much you have been suppressed, how much you have been told who you are, how disempowering, these earlier moments were when that was like shut down immediately. So now when you realize, what, I'm in control of my own life, you start building upon that, and it actually becomes this process of self-empowerment and your own motivation, your own passion, because nothing is going to stop you. You are unstoppable. So when you start bringing this energy out within yourself, you will change your entire life. But it starts with you, and it's not easy work. And yes, sometimes it's like you have to lose everything to gain it all, but you gain it back in such a beautiful way, and the process is painful. We come here to dive into these emotions, to dive into these struggles, and it's just like this world full of polarity, right? Like there's always the good and bad, and it's always highs and lows. Really honoring that and honoring your feelings. In this moment, I'm feeling this, and not trying to force anything else, like allowing yourself to go through this natural process. So the message of today is just really seeing yourself as this like loving, empowered being intentional with your energy, who you spend that energy with, acknowledge the thoughts that you're thinking and your own emotions, not getting caught up on them, seeing yourself as this like beautiful individual that came here as their own authentic, as their own authentic expression. And that way it's like, the biggest thing is like, as soon as you become yourself, as soon as you see yourself, that is your purpose. You are no longer limited by all of these limitations that were put on you. You are no longer stuck in these traumas that were embedded in you, that created you. So going through that process of really letting it go changes everything. So like, I love all of you so much, and I just want everyone to just be themselves, be authentic, be unstoppable. I see you.